It's often said if you start behind, you stay behind. Many believe that definitely applies to the state of women and their pay grades in California and across the country. This is Equal Pay Day, the day that symbolizes how far into the year women have to work to earn what men did in the previous year. It's March 15th and women are just catching up. To help California's women recover not just from that, but the additional financial hardship caused by the pandemic, I'm joined by Holly Martinez, the Executive Director of the California Commission on the Status of Women and Girls. Welcome to Fox 40 News at 11.
Thank you for having me.
Definitely. Now, this morning you rallied on the steps of the Capitol there to announce $5 million worth of grants. Why now, and where is this money going to?
Yeah, we had an incredible showing of women here today showing up to support the plight of women and the experiences they've had. We worked really hard at the California Commission on the Status of Women and Girls to lobby for funding, first of its kind, to directly support women who've been impacted by the COVID pandemic. And we're really excited today to announce that 135 organizations across the state in the far-reaching corners of California throughout are going to be receiving funding anywhere from $25,000 to $100,000 to help support women's economic recovery. And the reason this grant program is so critical is we know women have already struggled prior to the pandemic to reach gender pay equity. They were already struggling to pay the bills and to support their communities and their families. With the pandemic, we saw women leave the workforce in mass numbers, and this program will really help support their recovery.
And so what are your hopes exactly for how this levels the playing field as women and women-run enterprises try to pull out of the economic skid caused by the pandemic? What do you think this is going to help them do?
Yeah, great question. We know that women put their careers on hold. They've left the workforce. They are still trying to recover from virtually teaching their kids at home. We know that this money is going to go back into their pockets to help them with training and skills development. We know that this is going to provide some immediate relief, whether it's food, housing, clothing opportunities for these women who are trying to get back and to get back into the workforce, into a place where they were better than before.
In its most recent study, Magnify Money has found that across America, 72% of six-figure earners are men. 72%, and 57% of workers who earn $25,000 or less a year are women. The split for that in California when it comes to low-wage female earners is 54%. That's still over half in this category. Why do you think so many women seem to be trapped in these lower ranks?
I think that there's been ongoing systemic issues facing women in the workforce. We know that representation is an issue, especially at high levels of representation on board seats. Recent laws have passed in California to ensure that women do have a seat at the table. I think there's a minimum of like 3 women who need to be on the board seat, but that's not enough. We are half of California's population, especially for women of color who represent such a small portion of those leadership roles. So we need to get women in leadership roles, helping to open greater pathways for women to vocalize and express and represent their needs at the workforce level. We also need to understand that there are policies that need to pass. Legislation is being introduced, which was announced here today by Senator Monique Limon, which is about the pay transparency, requiring businesses to publish pay ranges when women are applying to ensure we level the playing field. There's also another bill being introduced by Rebecca Bauer-Cahan, Assemblywoman Rebecca Bauer-Cahan, and it is called the Pink Tax, Eliminate the Pink Tax Bill, which requires that businesses and companies that sell pink-related items, whether it's razors, shampoo, feminine, more feminine labeled products, are not sold at a higher rate than that of the male counterpart razors and other products. So we're trying to level the playing field so that women not only who make less do not have to pay more for the same products.
Just the kind of thing that happens when we have to pay more for dry cleaning a shirt than men have to pay, right? Thank you so much for sharing with us this morning. We really appreciate you. Thank you.